Whispers of the Cursed Gold Mine. Chapter 1. The Descent. The sun sank behind the mountains, painting the horizon in blood-red light. Ethan parked the truck on the dirt road, dust swirling around. The headlights. "Are you sure this is the place?" Mia asked, her voice trembling with both excitement and unease. Ryan unfolded the old map. The hollow ridge mine. "It's right here." Claire adjusted her camera, already recording. "This will be perfect for the documentary." The four friends stood at the edge of the forgotten mine. The air smelled of rust, earth, and something older, something sour. The wooden beams that framed the entrance creaked under their own weight. "No one's been here for decades," Ethan said. "Exactly," Mia replied. "That's why it's still full of gold." They stepped inside. The light from their flashlights sliced through the thick darkness. Drips of water echoed from unseen cracks above. Every sound seemed amplified. Every breath, every step. "Feels like the mountain's breathing," Ryan muttered. The walls shimmered faintly with veins of gold. Claire gasped. "Look at that. It's beautiful." Ethan ran his hand along the rock. "Cold. Too cold." Mia knelt, scraping dust away. "These carvings, they're not mining marks." Symbols were etched deep into the stone, spirals and eyes that seemed to stare back. "What do they mean?" she asked. "Old warnings," Ryan guessed. "Or curses." "Don't say that," Claire whispered. "Not here." They moved deeper. The air grew heavier, colder. The tunnel split into 3 directions. Ethan pointed. "Left goes down. That's where the richest veins usually are." "Or the most dangerous," Mia muttered. They chose the left tunnel. The deeper they went, the more the air felt alive, humming, vibrating softly. Their flashlights flickered. Ryan hid his light. "Battery's fine." Claire's camera glitched, static crackling in her headphones. "What the hell?" she murmured. "Just interference," Ethan said, though his voice lacked confidence. They entered a large cavern. The floor glimmered faintly under the dust. Gold dust. Mia laughed nervously. "We actually found it." She reached down and picked up a handful. The gold stuck to her skin like it was wet. Then it sank, absorbed into her palm. She screamed. "Get it off!" she shouted, scraping at her skin. Ethan grabbed her hand, wiping it with his sleeve. The gold was gone, but her skin shimmered faintly. "What the hell was that?" Ryan asked. "I don't know," Ethan said. "We need to." A whisper interrupted him. It came from the darkness behind them. Soft, low. "Leave." They froze. Claire turned her camera toward the sound. "Did you hear that?" She whispered. "Probably wind," Ryan said. But the whisper came again, closer this time. "Leave this place." Ethan aimed his light. "Who's there?" "Nothing. Just the tunnel. Empty." The ground rumbled beneath their feet. Dust fell from the ceiling. "Earthquake," Mia shouted. "No," Ethan said. "That's something else." A low moan filled the cavern. The air grew thick, pressing against their lungs. The walls pulsed faintly, as if the mine itself was breathing. Claire pointed. "Look!" A figure stood in the tunnel ahead. Tall, thin, made of dust and shadow. Its eyes glowed faintly gold. Mia gasped. "Ethan!" He stepped forward. "Stay behind me." The figure moved, not walking but sliding. It whispered as it passed the walls. Symbols began to glow, faintly on the stone. The gold veins pulsed brighter, alive with light. Ryan shouted, "We need to go." They ran. Their flashlights danced wildly as they sprinted back through the tunnels. The whisper followed them, echoing like a chorus. "Greed has a price." Ethan turned sharply. The tunnel they'd come from was gone, sealed by a wall of rock. "No, that wasn't here before." Panic surged through the group. Claire's breathing quickened. "We're trapped." The whisper grew into a scream. A sudden gust blew out their lights. Darkness consumed them. "Ethan, Mia, Ryan." Their voices echoed in the void. Something moved, fast, crawling along the ceiling. A shape fell between them. Claire screamed. The sound cut off sharply. Light flickered again, just for a second. She was gone. Only her camera lay on the ground, still recording. The red light blinked. A faint reflection appeared in the lens. A a golden face staring back. Chapter 2. The Hollow Voices. The tunnel was silent after Claire's scream vanished into the dark. Ethan's breath came fast, ragged, uneven. His flashlight trembled in his hand. "Claire!" He called again. Only echoes answered. Mia clutched his arm. "We have to find her." Ryan scanned the walls with his beam of light. "There's no sign of her," he muttered. "She couldn't just disappear." Mia cried. "She did," Ethan whispered. The red light of Claire's camera blinked on the ground. Ethan bent down and picked it up. Static flickered on the cracked screen. He replayed the last few seconds. Her terrified face filled the frame. Then, something moved behind her. Something tall, gold, and shifting like smoke. The video cut to black. Ethan dropped the camera. The sound echoed like a gunshot. "We're not alone," Ryan said. His voice was shaking. No one disagreed. The air was thick, pressing against their lungs. It hummed faintly like the mountain. Itself was breathing. They started walking. Every step felt heavier than the last. Water dripped from the ceiling, echoing like a heartbeat. The gold veins on the walls pulsed faintly, alive. Mia reached out, her fingers brushing the stone. The wall vibrated beneath her touch. She yanked her hand back. "It moved," she whispered. "Don't touch anything," Ethan said. But even as he spoke, the floor shifted under them. A low rumble rolled through the mine. Dust fell from the ceiling. Rocks cracked. Somewhere deeper inside, something groaned. "Go!" Ethan shouted. They ran, lights bouncing wildly. The tunnel split again. They didn't think, just chose the right passage. It sloped downward, too steep. Ryan slipped, tumbling forward. Ethan grabbed him before he hit the ground. "Watch your footing," he hissed. Ryan nodded, gasping. Behind them, the rumble faded. They stopped to catch their breath. "Where the hell are we?" Mia asked. Ethan wiped sweat from his face. "Too deep," he said quietly. "We're way below the old maps now." Ryan pointed ahead. "There's light. Look." A faint golden glow shimmered at the end of the tunnel. Mia frowned. "Please don't tell me that's sunlight." "It's not," Ethan said. They moved toward it slowly. The light grew brighter, warmer, hypnotic. The tunnel opened into a vast cavern. Gold covered everything. The walls, the floor, even the ceiling shimmered. Piles of coins and tools lay scattered like offerings. At the center stood a figure, a statue made of gold. It looked like a miner, but its face was twisted. In agony, its hands were reaching upward, as if begging for help. Mia's mouth fell open. "What is that? A monument?" Ryan guessed. Ethan shook his head. "It's too detailed." Mia stepped closer, her flashlight reflecting off its eyes. Then she gasped. The statue's chest moved. Barely, but it moved. "Did you see that?" she whispered. Ethan froze. The statue's lips trembled. A faint sound escaped, like a sigh trapped for centuries. Ryan stepped back. "No, no way. It's alive," Mia whispered. The statue's eyes flickered, gold light burning within. Then it spoke. "Leave." They screamed. The cavern shook. The gold veins across the walls lit up, glowing violently. The statue cracked, pieces of molten gold sliding from its body. From within, a face appeared, human, terrified, still screaming. "It's not a statue," Ethan said. "It's a person." Hundreds of others surrounded them. Frozen figures half buried in gold, eyes wide and silent. Horror. Claire was among them. Her face was turned toward them, her mouth open mid-scream. Mia felt her knees. "No." The walls pulsed again, the whispers returning. "Greed feeds greed. Lives. Run." Ethan shouted. They fled through another tunnel. The walls seemed to move, squeezing inward. Gold dust filled the air, choking them. Ryan coughed violently, stumbling. Ethan pulled him up. They burst into a smaller chamber. The air was colder here. The gold veins were darker, duller. For a moment, it felt safer, until they heard the voices again. Whispers, hundreds of them, swirling like a storm. They came from the walls, from the floor, from inside their heads. "They deeper. Feed the mind. Stay." Mia covered her ears. "Make it stop." Ethan grabbed her shoulders. "Focus. They're not real." Ryan's flashlight flickered. He looked around. I think they're in the walls. Faces began to form in the stone, faint, moving, whispering. Mouths opened and closed, eyes blinking. Ethan backed away slowly. The stone faces followed his movement. One of them smiled. "Why are you here?" he whispered. "For gold." "No," Ethan stammered. "We were just exploring." The face twisted. "Then you should have stayed on the surface." The floor cracked beneath them. The chamber collapsed into another tunnel. They slid, down, tumbling through dirt and bones. When they stopped, they were surrounded by skeletons. Hundreds of them, fused with gold. Ryan's voice broke. "This is a grave." Mia whispered, "No, this is a prison." The bones shimmered faintly, like they were breathing. A chill swept through the tunnel. The gold veins brightened again. A sound echoed, metallic, rhythmic. Clink, clink, clink. The sound of pickaxes striking stone. But there was no one there. Only shadows moving at the far end of the tunnel. The miners were still working. Their bodies were gone, but their shadows remained. They struck invisible walls, muttering in unison. "They deeper." "Find more." Mia started crying. Ethan held her close. Ryan stared into the darkness. Then something stared back. Two golden eyes, bright and unblinking. The eyes moved closer. A shape stepped into the light. A miner made of molten gold, face half melted, still whispering. Its jaw hung open as gold dripped. From its mouth, it reached out. Ethan swung his pickaxe. The blow shattered part of its head, spraying molten metal. But the creature didn't fall. It screamed, a sound that shook the air. More shadows crawled from the darkness. The tunnel filled with them. "Run!" Ryan shouted. They ran again, down twisting passages, through broken beams. The whispers followed, louder now. The air shimmered with heat and light. The mine was alive. Ethan tripped, slamming into a wall. The stone cracked, revealing a glowing tunnel behind it. He turned his light. The walls were covered in moving gold veins like arteries. The heartbeat of the mine. "This place is alive," Mia gasped. "It's feeding," Ethan said. "On what?" "On us." They stumbled deeper, desperate for an exit. The light behind them grew brighter. The shadows screamed. The mine roared, 1,000 voices merging into one. Greed. Always greed. They found an elevator shaft half-collapsed. Ethan pointed upward. "That's the way out." Ryan grabbed the lever, forcing it down. The gears screamed, metal grinding. The platform shook and began to rise. The shadows below clawed at the walls. Climbing after them, Mia screamed, holding Ethan's hand. "Faster." Ryan pumped the lever again. The mine held below. The platform reached the top. Daylight streamed through a crack. Ethan climbed out first, pulling Mia with him. Ryan tried to follow. A golden hand grabbed his ankle. "Ryan!" Ethan shouted. Ryan screamed, struggling to break free. "Don't let go." Mia cried. The gold spread up his leg like liquid fire. He looked into Ethan's eyes. "Go," he whispered. "Before it takes you to." Ethan pulled, but the gold was stronger. Ryan's skin turned solid, eyes glowing gold. His final breath left his lips as he turned to stone. The hand released him, lifeless. Ethan dragged Mia out into the sunlight. The mine behind them groaned like a dying beast. Rocks collapsed, sealing the entrance forever. They fell to the ground, gasping for air. The world was quiet again. For a long time, they didn't speak. Then Mia whispered, "It's over." Ethan shook his head. "No, it's not." He opened his palm. A single gold coin lay there, glowing faintly. "I didn't take this," he said. Mia stared. "Then how?" Before she could finish, the coin melted. The gold seeped into Ethan's skin. His eyes flickered gold for a moment. He dropped the coin, terrified, but it had already vanished. The wind howled softly through the trees. From deep within the mountain came a distant sound. Clink, clink, clink. The miners were still digging. The curse was still alive, and the mine was waiting, waiting for the next voice to call its name.
Hmm.